unseen by mortal eyes. People prayed to the Immortal One to safeguard the sanctity of peace.
The ceremony's starting! It's Suyo! It's Suyo!
I bear this mask, for this duty is mine alone.
What is this? Is the ceremony over?
Mommy, I'm scared.
What is that?
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!
In their hearts, fear festers into darkness. But deep within, there is hope to crush that fear. Through this mask, I see no fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mobile Legends Nigeria Season 4 League. It's your man SPO coming being your host for tonight's show. Make sure you stay tuned and like the stream because yeah, tonight is gonna be a banger, you know. Anyways, tonight's game first we have none other than Otsutsuki facing off against Oasiss, one of the prides in Mobile Legends Nigeria scene. We see both teams pretty much show some fantastic games, you know, but thereabout we expect great shows tonight. With I think the brownfield is going on right now, so while it's going on, we're going to talk a little bit about both teams more. So you guys should talk maybe on highlights and things thereabout, you know. For the side of Team Oasiss, we have none other than Mikey himself, one of the top junglers in the community. Also, we have Trevor, one of the representatives of the Mobile Legends of the Nigeria Esports Federation team that represented us in Casablanca. Then we send that as well, none other than Pixel himself, Pixel I mean to say. Thereabout we see the sedan there for the roam activities. Then that's where we have Miami as well for Team Oasiss. And lastly, we have Anti-Pipe representing. Great team, great lineup, suitable, very, very fantastic. I hope they cook for us, you know. And on the left side, we have none other than Otsutsuki themselves, the first runner-up of the Mobile Legends Nigeria Gauntlet. I think it was aired last month. They got an invitation to participate here in the show. But anyways, guys, I think both teams are pretty much solid right now. For the side of Team Otsutsuki, we have Master Chris playing the mid lane for Team Otsutsuki. We have Nelson Ameshi, one of a top rising, so let's say a Darkstar. He's been dominating so far in the community, you know, with that is Izanagi Alpha, and I think pretty much most decent picks. Right now, I think we are off to the draft phase. Alright, we see both bands coming out right now. We see Hayabusa getting banned, I mean to say, by Team Otsutsuki. Pretty much solid ban right now. I think that's a prediction right now. We see the Camilla getting banned as straight up. Pretty much solid bans right now coming up on the side of the Oasiss as well. We see the bans right now. We see Camilla and Hayabusa get taken out from the early start of the ban phase. We see Team Otsutsuki going with the Camilla, Matilda, pretty much restricting that mobility in the game probably. But thereabout, I think the solid ban coming out from Team Otsutsuki, knowing the seller is one of the best Matilda players in the community. Like, you don't want to face him even in ranked games and stuff like that, you know. Anyways, we see a respect ban coming out from Team Oasiss. The thing gets taken out by Team Oasiss. Pretty much solid bans right now. And I think we are going to move on to the peak phase right now. What will Indra lock in for Team Otsutsuki? Oh, like I'm really hyped right now, you know. I don't really know what this ban and stuff is going to go out, but all the same, I wish both teams the best. We see Ilos already been alighted. Ilos get locked for the side of Team I don't know, I think the in-game sound is not working as well. Alright, I will just leave it at that. Yeah, I think the Descendant going on for the Gato. Sorry about that. I had to do some little minor changes. We are back on live again. We see Gadokasha and Alpha getting straight up picked out by Team Oasiss. The center going with the Gadokasha, while Mikey with the Alpha. Probably taking that Alpha from Meshi's hand, so he won't be able to, you know, go for the engages and all that. But then again, the respect piece come out from Team Otsutsuki going in with the S-Bug pick. It's the long I saw an S-Bug getting picked up, you know. But yeah, but I think pretty much think, yeah. Team Oasiss going in with the Pyramid pick, pretty much to counter that S-Bug. Team Oasiss not getting that ban locked in. Yeah, is there an EFT right now? I don't really know. But then again, XCR getting locked in for the gold lane by Jigen. That's pretty much another solid pick there. Stationary, but then again, Gadokasha might hurt him a bit more. But let's find out to see. Terry gets banned for the side of Team Otsutsuki, securing them from not getting easily obliterated in case they went for a tanky lineup, maybe. But anyways, we are bound towards the side of Team Oasiss. Let's see what they have locked in for us. Trevor going with the 1-1 pick. I'm not really, I won't really say it's a fantastic pick, but then again, like, I think the game is best of 2, so let it cook for us, you know. Yami locking out 1-1. 1-1 might be a fantastic pick here, but I hope they do better, you know. See Kali get locked in by Ishiki himself. What will they lock for the mid lane? I was expecting for a Valentina, probably a respect pick to counter the pyramids. Then again, they go locked in the Sicilian. Sicilian gets taken by Team Otsutsuki. I wonder what they're cooking for us. Angela get picked. Sauce as fuck. Very, very sauce pick, but I hope they know what they're doing. The Angela room, we see Trevor swapping in for. Trevor is going to the XP lane. That's interesting. See Yami going with the gold lane, while the Descenders going on with that Angela. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go to the loading screen. Oh, I think pretty much the lineup look pretty much solid right now, and yeah, so guys, let me know in the comment section which team you've seen the draft, you've seen the picks. My vote goes to Team Otsutsuki at this point in time, but let me know in the comment section which team you think is going to have this game in the bag.
All the barricades, I wanna know why they hold me back. Need a miracle to break me through, but I won't get that.
As the game number 1. This is Mobile Legends Nigeria Season 4, Week 1, Day 1, Game number 1. We see Otsutsuki facing off against Oasiss. In case you're joining us, make sure to like the stream and yeah, share it to your friends and well wishes and let them know the game has begun. We see pretty more solid fight coming out for the mid lane right off the bat. The Oasiss team not giving that early game chance to Otsutsuki at this point in time. And again, if they're coming out from Team Oasiss, so the stronghold of Team Otsutsuki, we did keep punish for that. I think, yeah, they were going to fall. It's just taking the first blood for Team Otsutsuki. we're back here once again. Still in the mid lane. We see the top fight opening here in the top lane as well. Pretty much not much going on there, but yeah, we should keep probably the base right now. First total of the game being spawned right now. Both teams are pretty much getting far. They're pretty much far away from the. We see a pause coming in anyway. That's very, very sad. Back live in the game with C. He's already going in for the auto white in Oasiss more shield right now. Not much going on right now because that's coming in the ultimate. You see go for the back line as well. As I get taken down from the fight. But then again, nonetheless, as he secured the first total of the game, taking out Mikey away from the map as well from that first engage. And we see more solid trade from both teams right now. While we go on to the gold lane, we see pretty much Zigin and Yami trading in the blows and all that. Not much going on here. Yeah, but indeed the ILOs just take out. Oh no, I think he did take out the Farami. She can lock in the kill with the help of Angela there in the gold lane. Sorry about the team quite lag. I think I will have that fixed later on. Anyways, we are back in the game. We see pretty much like I said before, team Otsutsuki has the game in the bag from my own prediction, you know. I don't know what you guys have in your prediction, but on the game, we hope they cook for us indeed. We hope they cook for us indeed. I think it's pretty much probably your next one. Anyway, we are back in the game. We see 10 seconds until the second total of the game spawns. Ishiki, sorry, I mean to say Indra and Amishi already in that position trying to get the zones in and out. Already locked one, also coming up for the back end, because what Mystic the ultimate kick. Also falls to Otsutsuki, but then again, if I break up on the mid lane, we're still gonna get a perfect back down. Indra takes out the Alpha. Indra takes out the setup from the map as well, but then again, Indra goes in, not giving up. With that B is dead. So we see a 1-1 locking the team for Team Oasiss there. But then again, we see Klisi coming out from Ameshi. Ishiki managed to take the kill against Anti-Pipe there in the mid lane. Alright, let's take a little bit at the build. Know what each team has in stock for us in the 6 minutes, 5 minutes into the game. What is Otsutsuki pretty much snowballed right now? 3k gold lead pretty much solidifies their early game overpowering right now. Like I said, they dropped another wasn't pretty much solid for Team Oasiss. I don't really know why they went in with Angela and it's even lucky with Abukasha as well. But then again, pretty much a shoot game. Only one turret being taken down for the side of Team Otsutsuki, taking down the first turret, I mean to say. Pretty much everybody taking a shoot right now. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. But then again, I hope they have this football. 5 seconds of the third total of the game spawn. We see Amishi already rotating to the total. Need what you need from starter to make this thing work, work out. But then again, we see Indra locked in on the Alpha goes in the early game, but not able to secure the kill for his team. Gets taken down again by none other than Yami. I mean to say they are going to from team. Yeah, that is again, I mean to say. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, we see Otsutsuki pretty much snowballing at this point in time. Like everything is pretty much solidified their wins, but they should not be too much cocky, you know, because yeah, upset might come from Team Oasiss there. Trevor should have gone good. But then again, we see a 3-man gun coming out from the top lane, from the mid lane and the bot lane. I mean to say, Amishi goes in with the ultimate, but not able to secure his field. Angela on to 1-1 there in the not doing much, you know. I don't even know what they have to for, but then again, we're going to on to Mind there in the top lane. He's up ultimate as well, but then again, Amishi goes in, secures the kill onto Mikey there. But then again, she didn't take the kill against Yami also. Goes clean a good laner. Pretty much brotherhood killing his brother there about. The weak spam coming out from Descendant there. Pretty much an easy load, no content. stream is not lagging from my head though. So if the stream is lagging, it's probably from my end. But anyways, we see Mikey already trying to cash up in that 14, 16. Still locking the Peter ultimate coming out again. Fire Maiden again. But then again, Trevor will fall. No, Trevor gets ultimate secure his survivability. Like I said before, Oasiss lack that damage. No burst, no nothing, just straight up swipeability. But then again, I don't know what they have to put in top. But then again, Oasiss putting down some movement. Amici goes in the ultimate. Lord crashing down from the bot lane. Trying to get active, but then again, will that be his death? Not much to do. We did this the end of game number 1, guys. Don't see much there right now. We see. Yeah. Is it the end? Is it the end? Ladies and gentlemen, I think game number 1 is in the bag. Team Otsutsuki for the win. I think my position is pretty much decent right now.
Victory!
Yeah, my position is pretty much decent right now. The scoreline is there. Like I said before, Indra for the MVP for game number 1. We see an 18-3 deficit for the side of team Oasiss. What do they have cooked for us? I don't really know. But let's hope they have something in stock for us for game number 2. Because yeah, they have to do better, you know. Because for real, this is what we were expecting from the dark horse of the community, Team Oasiss. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back. I think game number 2 is pretty much off right now, and all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man SQ coming here back again for game number 2. Game 1 was pretty much a one-sided battle with Otsutsuki dominating Oasiss pretty much from the early game down onto the late games. But then again, I think Team Oasiss should redeem themselves with this game number 2. But let's see what they have in stock for us. Maybe some changes and all that in terms of their picks and all that. Well, I think I have these stuff wrong out. I think Oasiss. Yeah, so you guys don't go missing out. Otsutsuki on the left side. On the right side, I mean to say, then we have Oasiss on the right side. We see exchanging descender subbing in for Darkstars Alpha in Team Oasiss. Like I said, Oasiss is cooking for us right now, ladies and gentlemen. They brought in the man himself, Darkstars Alpha. Should I say Tornado Grok? But anyway, I think that was the name given to him during the Casablanca Road to Riyadh qualifiers, I think. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, we go into the bands, we see ship getting taken out by Team Oasiss. Also follow up with the Zushin band coming out. But then again, we see Team Otsutsuki locking it, taking that Grok out. Like I said before, shout out for Tornado Grok, I mean to say. A respect band for Darkstars Alpha, the Grok, and we see Aurora also taking out to silence anti-pipe out. I think during the draft phase, during the in-game shot draft phase, I think Ilos was banned for team from the game and thereabout. But then again, we see the picks and all that coming out, the pipe locking in, the signature Lilia. Then we see Trevor falling up with the Fulvius, and then again Yami going in with the Brody pick. But still Team Otsutsuki so far, we see Shiki going in with taking the Khalid again for game number 2. And also she can lock in the Ixia for game number 2 as well. Pretty much I think Otsutsuki just giving them that this is what we want and this is what we will pick, you know, for all the games. It's your choice for you to ban it, but we're gonna pick it regardless. But then again, I think they went for the Alpha this time instead of taking the S-Bug. Will we see an S-Bug ban? Yeah. Oh, let's hope they get the S-Bug out of level. No bans. It's in dry AFK though. They didn't ban the last match, I think. The first game, I think they didn't ban for third ban. I think they're doing the same thing right now. Like, I don't really know what they have in store, but probably maybe they don't want to restrict themselves. All right. We see the Zax band coming out from Team Oasiss. What will Indra lock in for the 4th pick of Otsutsuki? We see Master Chris going in for the Vexana, while Darkstars going in for the Lolita. Probably to, I don't really know, probably to counter the Vexana. Or is it for the X? I don't really know what they have in stock for, but let's hope they have something cool. Mikey locked in with that Nolan peak. Oasiss is cooking for us, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, like I said before, it's your man SQ coming here bringing you violence straight from the land of dawn. Like, I think I forgot out my lineup, but anyways, yeah, I'm here to preach violence, you know. But then again, we see Tigre get locked out by Indra, locked in, I mean to say, by Indra. Indra goes in with the Tigre pick, no counter for the Tigre. I think the only person that can disrupt his ultimate there in team Oasiss lineup is I don't know why I'm missing this stuff, so sorry guys. Alright, I think we should do it. Anyways, we see Rockstar going with a Lolita, Mikey on the Nolan, Ixia locked in by Anti-Pipe himself. Yami goes in with the Brody, and I think pretty much solid picks from both teams right now. I don't really know what team looks balanced and what team seems not, but then again, my prediction goes for team. Alright, we see the games in and out. Sorry for that. I'll probably fix it during my next stream. But then again, we see Otsutsuki won game number 1, and we see we did be a redemption arc for team Oasiss. Let's hope and find out, guys. Anyways, we see the early game pretty much looking decent from both teams. Everyone pretty much focusing on their objectives and all that. You are lagging probably your screen, your phone maybe, or your network, but it's not lagging from my end. Anyways, I'm back to the game. We see everyone pretty much doing their decent role, balance, gold lead. Pretty much not much differences here, but then again, no engage this time. I think Oasiss learned their lesson and
First blood.
the first block coming out from top lane is Oasiss. So like I said before, Oasiss has their redemption arc locked in for us, ladies and gentlemen. If the stream is lagging for you, then you have to fix your network then. Anyway, back to the game. We see 10 seconds until the first bottle of the game spawning. Oasiss already having the gold lead there. Nolan takes in the kill onto Massacres there. Anyways, Oasiss keeping for us in this game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, now we'll give me a shot, guys. I'll be right back. Let me try to sorry about that. Let me have someone locked in. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's MLNL Kami here. This is game number 2 of Mobile Legends Nigeria. He said we're streaming. I'm back. See you guys next week. Anyways, we see Team Oasiss pretty much having the lead right now. The 1k gold lead against Team Otsutsuki. Pretty much everyone pretty much focusing their job. Oasiss not trying to overextend at this point in time. I'll just have a quick for you. If the screen is lagging for you, just reduce to 4.4 ACP. I think it should be balanced there. I think the graphics are not pretty much too high for your phone. But then again, you can see the fight coming out here in the river. Trevor locking in the kill against Alpha there. I think Indra is gonna drop against Yami there. Yami takes out Indra from the map. The Oasiss is back, like I said, ladies and gentlemen. Second total is up. Nolan is nowhere to be found.
Spree. Double kill.
Oasiss has this in the bag. Alright, I'm back. The two Oasiss pretty much a little bit good. Drop there. I think the body was even together, pretty lucky. I think I just checked for my end. Like, if you reduce your quality to 480, it should be balanced. Alright, Indra locking the kill against Mikey for overextending there in the turret. Alright, I think I have my tool in place and check right now. 40 seconds until the next auto spawn. We'll keep going for the early game intro, but then again, Trevor not backing from that fight. Was the RP. Man, Oasiss is, should I say, Oasiss is pretty much cooking for us right now. Coming out from that sport. Nothing much happening right now. Like I said before, the Nolan is pretty much doing a decent job. But then again, I think Yami is pretty much fed right now. Trevor after being fed, you see a fight coming out from that. But then again, I think go to the ultimate. But then again, Indra goes in with the spear. I think Trevor's gonna drop there. Yeah, Trevor gets taken down by Zigen from that mid lane fight. Pretty much not a good contesting for Team Oasiss there. Or I think I will have that fixed before next game. having that big fight. Ninja goes in with the ultimate locked in. Trevor is going to be up there. Down by Masakic, none other than Masakic. Next thing, Ameshi touching that Yami double kick coming up on Ameshi there onto Darkstars Alpha. Pretty much not a nice corner for the Oasiss. Otsutsuki already pretty much kind of catch up. Taking in that Lord number 1. Someone said nice progress. Sometimes he's going to take the speed in auto injured, they're going to love the speed, but then again he's going to fall as well to the hand of High Fight. Mid lane, Lord is pretty much up to be honest. So Otsutsuki already wasted that Lord potential. Someone says frame rate is cool. Game number 2. Trevor coming in as well with the clutch. But then again, yeah, nothing much to be done there. Nothing much to be done there by Otsutsuki just to clear the lanes and all that. But then again, Team Oasiss not doing what they should do. Alright, before the Lord, we have to wait for that. The guy coming up on the formation there, but then again, Ninja company will that be enough? Nike goes down, taking in Masakic from the fight. Pretty much okay, coming up on my kill there. Pretty much solid game for Team Oasiss. This game might likely end up with a 1-1 draw. Pushing down from the mid lane. Lord push it down from the mid lane. You see Oasiss in position, trying to push both lane while the mid lane pushes. The Lord pushes the mid lane, trying to clear out both side lanes to make the stop crash, I think. But then again, we see in Oasiss not lighting this Lord properly. Mbappe coming in with the ultimate, locking onto Matatis, get taken down by Mikey there in the mid lane. He did pop his ultimate as well, but then again, not much can be done for the game. It falls down to the Phobios, Phobios, yeah, still locked in the field. I think this is easy for game number 2, guys.
Double kill.
Oasiss has this game in the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner for game number 2. Team Oasiss coming in
Victory!
again with that comeback, making it a draw for game number 1 of this tournament. Nothing much can be done there. Team Oasiss pretty much showed us that yeah, they had a flaw in game number 1 and they have to correct that mistake in game number 2, securing that kill, securing that game for themselves. Without further ado, I think yeah, this will wrap it up for game number 2. Stay tuned for game number the next game coming up by 10 p.m. We have Izanagi Alpha, I mean to say, facing off against Darkstars Esports. Pretty much a solid game, but then again, until then, see you guys.
prayed to the Immortal One to safeguard the sanctity of peace.
The ceremony's starting! It's Suyo! It's Suyo!
I bear this mask, for this duty is mine alone.
What is this? Is the ceremony over?
Mommy, I'm scared.
What is that?
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!
In their hearts, fear festers into darkness. But deep within, there is hope to crush that fear. Through this mask, I see no fear.
Hello. Yeah. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Pixels here, and I will be your streamer for match 2 of week 1, day 1 of the MLNL Mobile Legends Nigeria League Season 4. So nice to have you guys here. And yeah. All right. So it's so nice to have you guys here. Welcome everyone to the stream. And I'll be your streamer for match 2 of today's games. Angela, don't enter stream. Yeah. So Angela, I think Angela is potentially a better streamer than she is a roamer. However, we're going to see how it goes. Match 2 for today is going to be Izanagi Alpha versus Darkstars. I think everybody knows Darkstars. Well, most of us know Darkstars. At one point or the other, somebody must have collected in quotes from Darkstars. Anybody that knows they have not been defeated by Darkstars, please let us know in the chats. And it's so nice to have you guys here. Yes, it's Pixels. ZJ, welcome to the stream. And once they are, we are going to head right into the second match of the day. The first match was between Oasiss and Otsutsuki. I think they were the runners up for ML9. Gauntlet 8, I think it should be Gauntlet 8. Correct me if I'm wrong. And obviously we could see that they are no pushovers. You can't, take them for granted. From what we saw, they played 1-1. That means Otsutsuki and Oasiss should be standing at 3 points each. I think each win is 3 points, and there's no draws. If there was a draw, it would probably be 1 point, but each win is 3 points. So Oasiss and Otsutsuki should be on 3 points each now. Also, if you're just joining the stream, this is Mobile Legends, the Mobile Legends Nigeria League Season 4, and then this is the top 10 teams from the league. They are the ones that are going to be, duking it out for the next few weeks to know who is going to come out on top. And there is a prize pool, a diamond prize pool, actually, 800,000 naira worth of diamonds is going to be won by these teams. Whoever the team is that comes out on top, they can't beat you if you don't play against them. I think that's fair. Actually. All right. So I'm going to be right back. While we wait for both teams to get ready. Boyi, welcome. Is it Boyi or Boye? Welcome to the stream. It's very, very nice to have you here. I'm glad you guys could make it. Also, the turnout for the first game was absolutely amazing. We're sorry for the lag issues that the stream had, but we promise we are going to fix it coming subsequent streams. But please make sure you keep on showing up for these games. It really helps to push our community out, and it helps the channel also. So as you watch, please leave a like and subscribe. Most people watch and they don't subscribe. Please subscribe. Don't be that guy. All right. So I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm just going to be off for a while, and then I am back, guys. I think both teams are ready to start now. So, without further ado, we are going to head into game one. Okay, nobody is up, no spectators. Ref is probably about to tell me to start. All right. All right. All right. So we're back, and then the first ban for Izanagi Alpha is going to be Zask, and then Darkstars is going to take out Sicilian. For some reason, we've been seeing a lot of Sicilians. I don't know if that's a coincidence or if it is if it's the MPLs and the Philippines and the Indonesians are bringing it back into the meta, but I think nothing changed much. For anything, I think he actually received a buff. That's Sicilian. So but he just stopped. I think there was a time I saw an MPL ID where Skylar picked him up in the gold lane. I think that's the only one I can remember. But yeah, so the second ban for Izanagi Alpha is going to be that Fovios. And then Hayabusa is going to be the second ban for the side of Darkstars. And yeah, so first pick Izanagi Alpha. Let's see what they go for. What are they going to prioritize? Unfortunately, I didn't take note of the bans that were given in the lobby. So Izanagi Alpha is going to prioritize that. Izanagi Alpha is going to take the Hylos. We could see in game 1 against the Oasiss, against Otsutsuki, Hylos did cause a lot of problems for Oasiss as usual. He has received a nerf, however, but still, yeah, he still has. It is still a very, very troublesome horse, whether we like to accept it or not. Caesar wasn't buffed. I think, just the mana tweak. I feel like the mana tweak kind of serves as a buff if you think about it, because his major issue was mana. I feel like he's, well, for me, I'm not a mage player, so I can't say. But his major issue for me, like the main complaint I got from people was that he was, he always got every little thing. He had struggles with mana. But anyhow, first two picks for the side of Darkstar is going to be Alpha and Gatokacha. It's looking like the first two picks of Oasis in match 1. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah, so that Alpha and the Gatokacha is going to be locked in. Also, yeah, unlike that match, I don't know if Matilda was banned in the I don't know if Matilda was banned in the lobby, before we got into drafting phase. But yeah, we're going to see that Lilia, Big Face, is going to be looking in that Lilia. Okay, I was going to say it's a denied pick, but on Dipsy is actually not starting. It's going to be Big Face, and yeah, he's going to work in that Lilia. I think his Lilia is basically any mage Big Face plays. Big Face is one of the the veteran, mid laners. I think he was probably, playing ML even before I knew what Mobile Legend was, and one of the major mid lane players I think I respect a lot. Also, Pickles on that low E on the side of Izanagi Alpha. I think Louis generally works really well, especially when you're running a front to back kind of comp that you want to just basically bunch up, provide CC and stuff like that. I think she's going to work really well. She's going to work really well against Gatokacha if she doesn't get dived on anyway, but we can see she is going to be rocking that Purify. They are going to lock in the Irritel, mobility. Yeah, Pickle is a really solid Louis. So mobility is going to be the name of the game for them. They have that Lilia Irritel to kite a lot. There's going to be a lot of kiting actually coming from them. At least they can play around our high lows pretty well. So the last change for both teams, Roger, Clint are going to be the last two picks, and Minotaur is going to be the last pick for Darkstars Esports. Seeing that we have into the game. The game for game 1.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Not between
Smash
Otsutsuki
them.
and Oasiss this time. We are going to correct that.
All troops deployed.
Game 1 is going to game 1 of match 2 is going to be between Izanagi Alpha and Darkstars. Correct that real quick. Alright, so I think the display is good now. Alright, I actually just noticed that Aizen is going to be rocking that he's going to be rocking CC in the EXP games. I haven't seen CC around much lately, to be honest. And I don't know why. I don't know if she was nerfed or anything like that, but unlike when she was released, that basically everyone was, she has this insane life steal that everybody just had to not notice. But anyhow, the first auto is going to be coming up in 4 seconds, and both teams are going to be preparing to take it. Alpha is going to be the first on the scene. Roger is going to do his blue buff before joining them for the first auto of the game. I think, yeah, Alpha is probably going to leave this. His team is not here with him. Roger thinking of leaving the blue buff, but got the vision that there was nothing going on there yet. Taking a lot of damage already. Roger is going to drop. He's going to be the first blood. Alpha secures the first turtle of the game. Hylos alone here without, okay, it seems he has popped that. Lilia trying to see if she could chase down the Hylos, stunned onto that CC, but she's able to hop right out of there. First blood, basically a 2-0 trade. The turtle and the kill go to the side of Darkstars. I think that's probably the kind of stats you want. It's probably the kind of stats you want when you're playing against a comp like this, honestly. And unfortunately for Izanagi Alpha, the first blood actually was Roger, who had to fall there. we see a divergence coming in from low E. They are going to be going into that top lane, but they're not going to be catching anybody. Then now they're going to rotate back to the mid lane. Alpha is going to be camping. I think Louis smells something in that bush. She's going to go back and then just use that skill to clear up the bush, and then the game is just going to go back to, you know, the slow pace game that it is supposed to be. However, I feel like Darkstars kind of have the early game, you know. Of course, Izanagi has that low E to, you know, reduce the pressure. There's going to be some action in the bot lane here. couldnt being put under pressure. They should know that Loyi has vision on them. Okay, and then they are going to just leave that place. Roger missing the dash into the bush there. Actually, glorious pathway from Hylos. Probably trying to go in on that Minotaur. Of course, they can't kill the Minotaur right now, especially not just they won't be killing him with just the Hylos and the couldnt alone. If I feel like if Izanagi can like farm up, you know, that couldnt can be causing or has the potential to cause a lot of problems for Darkstars in the late game. Izanagi probably just needs to, you know, put as much attention, give him as much attention as possible, just farm him up, get him all the resources he needs, because I really don't think he's going to be having a good time against the mobility of that Irritel. Anyhow, second turtle is going to be up here. Look at the poke damage already coming in from that Lilia. Nobody can even get to. That's the Hylos, you know, taking that damage. Now he's going to pop the glorious pathway on the turtle. Nothing is going to happen there. Spear of Alpha. Look at the damage Alpha is dealing already. That was a tank. That was a tank. Literally just got melted. Personally, I feel he overextended, but probably it was a call issue from the team. They thought he was going to engage, but everyone just ended up backing up and then leaving him alone, costing him his life. And because of that, Darkstars are going to get the second turtle and another kill. You can see the Lilia here just putting so much pressure all around that part of the map. And then now, I guess they are going to see if they can get something done in the bot lane. But nothing going. Alpha taking creeps. I didn't know if Roger was able to get that, but now they are going to cut. Okay, they are going to cut this wave. Glorious pathway from the Hylos. Look at how he's going to be melting. Pops the revitalize. Alpha in with the spear of Alpha. Minoan Fury actually gets through, but the damage from Loyi is actually enough to, you know, send them back to where they were coming from. That was a what? Two for one trade. But they are going to be able to, you know, take down that Alpha, take down the Alpha. Yeah, they were able to take down the Alpha actually. That was a good one actually. That was a good recovery there from Izanagi Alpha. Personally, I think that was a pretty aggressive push. I guess they did end up getting what they wanted. They wanted that turret in the bot lane and they got the turret. So I guess you can say it was a win. And the Alpha only had one kill, so it wasn't a shutdown kill. Still some gold given over. They are still in the lead though, around 2.7k gold lead for Darkstars. So I guess they are just going to stay here. You can see the positions of Saitama and Aizen right now, diving into the backline, but Minotaur is able to, you know, apply some CC to that avatar of AOV from the Gato Catcher. Is going to taunt the Minotaur back, but Louis is actually dealing a decent amount of damage right now, and all she has is just, you know, it's just that enchanted talisman, and then she's doing decent amount of damage actually. I think Izanagi Alpha has really good late game to work around, and Darkstars need to find a way to, you know, they need to figure out how they should take these fights without bunching up together. If not, Louis is going to really have a fun time against them. I think we could get get 2, but the damage from Loyi is actually enough. The glorious pathway from the high-lows. Look at how he's going to be melting. Pops the revitalize. Alpha in with the spear of Alpha. So pressure now on the top lane. Sorry about that, guys. There's pressure on the top lane. Crane is able to take out the CC. You can see Crane here, basically 1v3, and he does survive actually. Crane is going to survive that, and they're going to force their way into this top lane, get the tier 1 turrets, then move on to the next objective. Are they going to take the blue? I guess they feel like that is not, not going to be worth it. They don't want to put, overextend and then put too much pressure there, but it was basically 8-3 now, the score count, and immediately they are going to head on converting 2 more objectives, taking that mid lane out, Cleans trying to clear that wave. Divergence from Loye just to get everybody back to the mid lane or to the blue buff for Izanagi Alpha, and immediately Darkstars is going to start working on that Lord. Of course, they are going to melt it real quick. They are basically I don't think this is a good idea from Hylos. Minotaur is going to use that Minoan Fury to get the Loyi in the backline. Gatokacha with the vengeance. Is this a maniac? It's going to be a maniac for Iritel. I have no idea where that maniac came from, and now Iritel is going to try to chase for the Savage. I don't know if she'll be able to get it. Yeah, I think the time for Savage has passed. Hylos is just going to stroll in through that turret because he knows his fate is sealed already, and that is going to basically be an unofficial wipeout for the side of Darkstars. Really, really good game for them right now. I think Izanagi Alpha needs to relax. This is already gone past the time where they can try to force objectives or try to force team fights. Of course, it's easier said than done, but at this point, it's either you fight and then get killed, giving more gold to your opponents, or you just give them the turrets, because they are still going to get the turrets anyway. So why not just give the turrets instead of giving the turret and your life as another free 200 gold if it's up to right now. But anyhow, so all outer turrets for the side of Izanagi Alpha have fallen, and they're just left with their inhibitors right now. And then Darkstar sitting pretty with all 3 inhibitors, all 3 turrets standing basically till now. And then this is one of the situations I'm talking about where Izanagi needs to know when to leave stuff. But yeah, good for them. Roger was able to secure his blue buff somehow. I'm guessing the Alpha didn't want to retreat that, but he's able to get the blue buff, and I think right now they're just going to go back to the slow-paced farming. You can see Darkstars here trying to initiate a freeze in the top lane and in the bottom lane. Actually, it's a pretty nice freeze, so if you want farm, you're gonna have to come out and get it. And obviously Izanagi knows they are not going to be winning any fights if they come out. They are not getting anything if they actually come out. So we'll see. Right now, I think the next thing is just going to be them waiting for the next major objective, which is going to be the Lord. It's going to be an enhanced Lord by that time, and then we'll see how Izanagi Alpha chooses to play around that. Mm-hmm. 9k gold lead. Indeed. So these are going to be the items for both teams here. Yeah, this is probably the best they can do. There's no contesting anything here, but I have a feeling Alpha Hylos might have an idea again. Okay, Hylos this time is going to take the initiative and just secure his jungler's blue buff, while Darkstar just keep on dominating the map. The whole map is basically Darkstars. I really don't know. If you ask me what can Izanagi Alpha do to come back from this, I have no idea. Honestly, I really have no idea. I really have no idea. But You never can tell. Mobile Legends is it's just that kind of game where anything can happen. You know, there could be a really, really huge throw, but whatever kind of throw will come from a game like this, they will need to throw, because this is a 10.4k gold lead. And with the items that they have, I really don't feel like they have enough. Well, just as I say that was not bad damage from the Lunox. But you can see here, I think the Lord is already going to crash. Yeah, the Lord is going to crash into that bot lane. AOG into the backline by Gatokacha, and immediately that Hylos is going to drop. However, that was a good kill. They were able to take out the Alpha. That's a double kill for the Clint. This Clint is beginning to deal a lot of damage right now, and this is what Izanagi Alpha needs. Now that they've defended this, if anything, this whole Lord push was only helpful for Izanagi Alpha, honestly, because they were able to get back some gold, get a double kill. No shutdown kill, but a double kill, both going to Clint, is going to be huge for his items, for him getting his items and, you know, stuff like that. So let's see. Right now he's sitting at, okay, he has just 3 items. The BOD, pretty expensive item, BOD, Endless Battle, and the Malefic Raw being picked up by that Clint. You can see here this Hylos has been, you know, going through a lot. Bro only has that Radiant Armor. I don't think Radiant Armor and the Dominance Ice is going to save you from. I think he just picked up that Dominance Ice and he has the Dreadnought Armor. These are, well, it's good, at least it's a start, since he's the frontliner. He's the one that's supposed to soak up, you know, most of that damage. But I think Izanagi Alpha like playing it right currently, because this is basically what they should do. You know, they can't afford to make any risky plays or anything like that. So just stay chill, hope that you know, are able to poke some members on the side of Darkstar, and then I don't even think I really don't think they are even in a position to contest for the objectives right now. They are so far behind, even though they were able to defend the previous Lord somewhat comfortably, but I still don't think they are in a position to, you know, come and contest this. They're probably just going to give it away and hope they can defend again. You can see here it's just the Lilia zoning out 3 members. Look at the damage he's dealing to that Hylos. He would have to run back now. That was just the Lilia zoning out 3 members, zoning out a Hylos, a Clint, and a Loi. So that just gives you an idea of how far ahead, you know, Darkstars are right now. Lord is going to be, you know, spawning in the bot lane, pushing bot. Gato, I think we'll probably be seeing another AOG from the Gato catcher, trying to catch out that backline. Though he does have the Purify this time, so basically all battle spells are up for side of Izanagi Alpha. I think if Darkstars want, they could probably brute force this. However, they will need to be careful of that Clint, who just got to level 15 now. Look at the amount of damage being done to Hylos, already needing to pop that Revitalize, and then Lilia going way deep into the back. Glorious Pathway by Hylos. AOG from the Gatokacha is not going to connect onto anybody. A lot of damage actually being put onto the Hylos. They are going to try to focus the base, but there are no minions. Attention is going to be shifted to the mid lane turret. Alpha is going to take that flicker by Clint just to save his life. The base is actually open now, but Loi doing a very huge amount of damage. Minions are the ones focusing the crystal, but it is not going to fall. I think Izanagi Alpha just might have survived another Lord push here, guys. And then, of course, the top, the last inhibitor for them is going to fall. They have some minions to take care of. You know, one Fury to the back line. Unfortunately, Clint is going to fall, and that is going to be that's going to be the third of course, the top
game,
the last
Darkstars, you can see
them
here
is going to
from
fall.
the
They have some
replay,
minions to take care of.
That's
Minoan Fury to the back line. Unfortunately, Clint is going to fall, and that is
like sealed deal for
them. Of course, the top the last
good
inhibitor
job,
for them is going to fall. They have some minions to take care of.
One-sided game, honestly. They basically dominated.
Minoan Fury to the back line. Unfortunately, Clint is going to fall, and that is
end. Except that second push.
Of course, the top the last inhibitor for
probably
them is going to fall. They have some minions to take care of.
I think we can see that. Yeah,
Minoan Fury to the back line. Unfortunately, Clint is going to fall, and that is
from the draft and all that. And I think we should give kudos to them. These are going to be the stats for game 1 of match 2 of the Mobile Legends Nigeria League season 4. Darkstars against Izanagi Alpha, and then we'll be back. Please give us a moment while we load up for game number 2. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm going to be waiting for our ref actually, and then once he is in lobby, we're going to head straight into game two. I am going to go through the chat right now. I'm sorry I wasn't able to, go through the chats during the game, but yeah, let's see. There are some things in this chat I probably can't say on stream, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah. My okay, another ref is coming. Yeah, we'll be waiting for him to join us first times. We apologize for the delay. We will be starting soon. No vex. So sorry, Vidals. I know you came here early. I know you came early and you want to, leave early too. But please forgive us. We'll be starting the game in no time. And hopefully this game two, the game two will be a much more not so one-sided game. I think Izanagi Alpha. I feel like the players on the side of Izanagi Alpha actually have the potential. The draft was a bit tough for them to pull off, honestly, coupled with some bad decisions that they made. But overall, I feel this is the time where you can experiment, if I can put it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to add up my ref real quick. Bap, bap, bap. Well, player not found. I think he might have given me wrong digits. I think there are going to be a lot of strikers. Well, oh, okay. I actually do have him as a friend. Do I? I don't. Yes, really on YouTube. That was a good one. But I don't want to invite you to squad. Ah, okay. So according to the lobby bans, we'll see Yuzhong, Lilia, and Ling ban so far. Why no tournament lobby? Something about the Chinese holiday, so it's not going to be available yet, but it's going to be available by next. We're going to see someone buying out the FVG also. Nobody wants to play FVG. FVG will always be a problem for the Nigerian server. Let's see. Alright, so the bans are done. So we're going to be heading straight into the game right now. Start. Alright, so we're into the drafting phase now. This time we have Darkstars on the left side. They are going to be on blue side, and then Izanagi Alpha is going to be on the red side. Sicilian and Hayabusa are going to be the first two picks. First two bans for First two bans for Darkstar is going to be the Hayabusa and the Sicilian, while the first two bans for Izanagi Alpha is going to be the Alpha and that's using. Edith's first pick for Izanagi Alpha. They use that to respond to the Zask pick by Don Dipsy. So Don Dipsy is going to be the one rocking that Zask for the side of Darkstars, and Blast is going to go with the Edith. I think Edith is just a really good pick personally. Especially the fact that she can flex into the roam, the EXP. But I think in our server, usually she's using the EXP. I don't see her in the roam often, and yeah, surprisingly there was no Zask ban this time. Frederick Balmond, Lance. I don't think we're going to be seeing any Frederick pick throughout this tournament unless someone actually has a point to prove at some point. hovering over that Valentina. That is actually not a bad pick at all.
Your team
She
is
has
banning.
the Zask, the Minotaur. She actually already, just with the first 3 picks from the side of Darkstars, Valentina already has more than enough alt to work with. Now it just boils down to execution and then the skill, honestly. So far the draft is looking better. Izanagi Alpha's draft is looking much better, if you
Your
ask me.
team is banning.
Muscle of iron.
We're going to see that Gato catch up ban. Nobody wants to play against that Gato anymore.
Even the strongest of
And we're going to see Bane locked in for Saitama for the side of Izanagi Alpha. Amir is going to be hovering over the Ixia. Not hovering over, he's going to be locking in that Ixia immediately. Seems like they already had this plan and nothing was going to change his mind. It was like, just lock the Ixia, man. Just lock that Ixia guy. But so far, I still think Valentina has so much value. Bane is also so nice. Oh my god. I don't like the Nolan pick, honestly. Especially against the Bane, the Bane, the Edith, Valentina. There's Irritel. There's so much kite potential for Izanagi Alpha that literally the only way Bane will be able to breathe in this game is if there's just terrible execution from the side of Izanagi Alpha. But we don't know how that is going to go, so let's just see. The drafts are set and we can see what both teams are going to be working with already. So yeah, let's see how this is going to go. Loading screen 3, 2, 1.
Mobile Legends.
Alright, so straight up we're going to head
5
into
seconds till the enemy reaches the
game
battlefield.
2.
Smash them.
Game 2 of match 2. First game was taken by Darkstars. Once again, the name is switched up. We're going to correct that real quick. But the game 1 was taken by Darkstars, who are now on the blue side. And Izanagi Alpha lost game 1 and they are going to be on the red side for game 2. Already, we can already see a lot of pressure. Khalid is going to be applying a lot of pressure in that mid lane, and he's going to rotate now back to his lane. But basically, we're going to have Killer. Actually, is going to be the one on that Carmilla. But that's new. We're going to have a little clash here in the mid lane for the lethal, and a little victory for Darkstars there, as they are going to be the ones who secured the lethal, actually going to Nolan. I think good retreat there from him. The first turtle is going to be spawning in 10 seconds. We see already Edith is already so low. I really don't think she should be able to contest for this turtle. Best he just recalls. If not, it's probably going to just be him giving over a free kill to the side of Darkstars, and that is not how you want to start the game. Already, oh, Fracture from the Nolan is not going to be able to secure the kill. Both teams are just going to leave the turtle for now. Or never mind, it's going to be started up by Darkstars Esports. Raging Sandstorm onto Bane there in the back line, and first blood is going to be picked up by Darkstars. That's a 1-0 trade. Make it 2-0 with the turtle that they are going to take right now, and that's another beautiful start by Darkstars. The usual gold lane brawl here. But it's going to be, I think both marksmen are just going to take their gold cannon, and then they are going to recall. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. Just needed to fix a few things. And I think Bane was able to pick up a double kill in that last fight. Not a solo kill actually. Iritel takes down the Zask. Another kill there. Another kill there to Izanagi Alpha, and yeah, that's going to be a killing spree for the Bane, and I think he was taken down just before getting the killing spree. Sorry guys, sorry I wasn't able to see that. However, this time I feel like yeah, that's going to be a knockoff there straight from the Edith. This time I feel like Izanagi Alpha are doing better, controlling the game. They're not just letting Darkstars dominate and then push it all around. And then Bane is one hero that I feel is really, overlooked a lot. Bro deals so much damage. I think mid to late game anyway, Bane does a beautiful job. Like the damage just from that S1 is ridiculous, honestly. Look at the damage from this Khalid. Ixia is going to open up the full barrage. Edith missing that onward, but she is going to chase down the Ixia, trying to get that kill. I think she's going to get the kill on Ixia. No idea what happened there. We will need a replay, but for somehow it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade to the favor of Izanagi Alpha. It's going to be the Ixia who is going to fall, and the Khalid, and he was actually the one. Another beautiful terrified there from the Valentina. Iritel here chasing down the Nolan. She's not going to get the beautiful terrified there for them to take down the Minotaur. And this is going to be the second turtle. Is that the second turtle? Yeah, I think that's 2 turtles going to the side of Izanagi Alpha. Why Darkstar secure the first? See, and this is the problem when you know play the Nonal into a comp as mobile and disruptive as that of Izanagi Alphas. You have that deadly catch. You have the deadly catch from Bane. You have the basically lockdown CC from Edith, mobility from both Valentina and the Iritel. You can see here another deadly catch just to zone away. Actually, Nolan is going to jump straight in there. No one range into that line. A 4-man knockup returned by the Valentina. That was a beautiful team fight there. Somehow it's still just one person for the side of Darkstars who is going to fall. 2 men. Oh my god, Ixia was cooking before she was shot down by the Bane, and that is going to be a mega kill for the Bane. That was a mega kill for Bane. That was a beautiful team fight there in that mid lane. And Valentina is actually doing a lot. Bane picks up another kill down bottom, and you can see here he's going to get sandwich. I don't think. All right, so he's going to get out of there in time. Wow, I have no idea what happened there. That was no one range into that line. A 4-man knockup returned by the Valentina. That was a beautiful team fight there. Somehow she's still just one person for the side straight in there. No one range into that line. A 4-man knockup. Really nice. And it's going to be a high Q game this time. Actually, Izanagi Alpha not letting Darkstars push them around. We are going to fight for this game. That 3 points could be the difference between, you know, being in the top 3 and you know, dropping to the lower. Nolan in work. There's to be fair, yeah, I don't think there's much Nolan can do. There's so much he has to contest with. They are going to try to buzz out a beautiful retribution there by the Bane, by Saitama on that Bane. Full barrage from Ixia is going to force a disengage from Izanagi Alpha. But it seems like Khalid is going to go back in, picks up a kill, trying to go for another kill. Flicker there from Edith with the knock-up on Valir. Onward to disengage, and then the deadly catch just to make sure everything is safe. A solo kill. Was that in the bot lane? A solo kill there. Okay, I think they both died. Unfortunately, I didn't see that. But it was a solo kill. It was a 1v1 Zask versus the Iritel, and I think they both fell there. I think if we take a look at to be fair, yeah, I don't think there's much like Nolan can do. There's so much he has to contest with. They are going to try to buzz out a beautiful retribution there by the Bane, by Saitama. Nolan in work. To how it's looking later in the game, where the full barrage gets more down. As you can see here, another kill picked up by that Ixia, where the Ixia gets more items. As you can see, she just picked up that Sea Harbor. She's going to definitely hurt a lot more. A 1v1 again in the bot lane. Iritel versus Nolan. Nolan has to back away from that. I don't think he has enough damage to contest, you know, to go 1v1. Oh yes, my guy Alexis, you just witnessed a replay. Welcome to MLNL season 4. However, I think if we're going back to what the point I was trying to make here, the Ixia is actually farming up pretty well right now. You know, she already has, you know, she has 3 items, and it's a lot. Right now she's already doing so much damage. If they get a good combo, a dream combo, which is going to probably, you know, the Minoan Fury followed by Raging Sandstorm by the Khalid followed by that full barrage, is going to be something that is going to be very, very crazy for you know, Izanagi Alpha to deal with. However, they do have a lot of disengaged tools. I think this is a bad position for Ixia. She's going to get out of that. And that is going to be the jumping from the Minotaur. Idiot actually is able to fall down. Look at the damage coming from this Ixia. And then Nolan, Ixia basically providing Nolan with the space to work. And just like that, it is going to be a 3-for-0 trade. That full barrage from the Ixia actually did so much more damage than we thought it was going to do. Minotaur that is going to be the jumping from the Minotaur. Idiot actually is able to fall down. Look at the damage coming from this Ixia. And then Nolan, Ixia, that was a beautiful engage, a beautiful team fight. And now they are going to focus on the Lord. I don't think yeah, definitely Izanagi Alpha is not going to contest this. This is now the mid to late game. This is where Ixia is going to really punish people for not shutting her down in the early game. Now the Lord is going to be pushing the top lane. Waves probably not synchronized, but the Lord, they are going to, okay, they are probably going to shift their focus into the mid lane, see if they can get anything there. Bane with another deadly catch. They're probably just trying to use it to clear the wave. Lord still full health actually in the top lane. Now they are going to shift their attention to it. I haven't really seen any big, you know, cursed blood from, ooh, that is some really good damage from Iritel and that Camilla. I was going to say I have not seen any good cursed blood from the Camilla, but that is a shutdown and a mega kill there for Ixia. Ixia is just doing all sorts of damage. Khalid here needing to flicker out of that. Ixia getting a bit overzealous here. She has the flicker, so she's going to try to use that. I don't think this is something Iritel wants to chase, but unfortunately Ixia forgets that Iritel does have that splash damage. Tries to go back in to see if she could get 1 or 2 attacking, proc her passive, but doing all sorts of damage. Way too Khalid here needing to flicker out of that. Ixia getting a bit overzealous here. She has the flicker, so she's going to try to use that. I don't think this is something, and that is going to be the shutdown given to Iritel. And to be honest, yeah, I really think that was a bad shutdown to be given to Iritel right now, because if we take a look at the items, she was at 3 items. Now, okay, now Iritel is going to lock in, you know, that he's going to lock in the Wind of Nature, which is going to help us survive for longer against the Nolan, against the Ixia, you know, even against the Khalid if need be. But now, ooh, that was a lot of damage actually being put onto Valentina there. It's going to force her to recall, and then now it's just going to go, we're just going to go back to wave management now. Nolan, this is a dangerous bush to be in, but he's going to absolutely one-shot that the Bane out of the land of Dawn. The Bane didn't even have time to react, to press the alt, or to even just do something, retry or something. Look at Nolan there wave in management that bush, now, just chilling, waiting patiently for the Bane to come. And dangerous bush to be in, but he's going to beautiful play, absolutely good map awareness also from the Nolan, you know, to take out that Bane. And I think with that, that's going to be a free Lord for the side of Darkstars, just off of that kill. Beautiful play there from Crane on the Nolan. That's going to be, it's not an evolved Lord, but it's still going to push in. I think with this Lord at the very, oh, there's a fight actually going on, surprisingly. Ixia with a beautiful full barrage, but not doing as much damage as I expected it to. That was a beautiful kill, if we're being honest. That kill by Nolan was actually something to watch. And right now, the Lord is going to be pushing mid. All lanes have their minions. I think they are probably going to try to sync this. Nobody is going to get to that bot lane anytime, so they'll probably just walk with the top and the mid wave. To be honest, I feel like Camilla could be more effective, especially in this team fight, and this is where Darkstars need to be careful. Deadly catch there by the Bane, a 2-man knockup from Minotaur, and all hell breaks loose. Full barrage plus the flicker by Ixia is going to jump in there, pick up 3 kills, and then Iritel is just going to run back to the base because there isn't much she can do, and that is going to be game 2 going from Minotaur the side of Darkstars. And all hell breaks loose. Full barrage plus the flicker by Ixia is going to jump in there, pick up 3 kills, and then Iritel is just going to run back 2-man knockup from Minotaur. And all hell breaks loose. Full barrage plus the flicker by Ixia is going to jump in there, pick up 3 kills. The side of Izanagi Alpha. Iritel is just going to run back 2-man knockup from Minotaur. And all hell breaks loose. Full barrage plus the flicker by Ixia is going to jump in there, pick up 3 kills. And then Iritel is just going to run back 2-man knockup from Minotaur. And all hell breaks loose. Full barrage plus the flicker by Ixia is going to jump in there, pick up 3 kills. And then let's go back and take a look at the match statistics here, and it's going to be MVP on that Zask. The amount of poke damage he did was actually insane. Let's just take a look at the damage dealt. Of course, 90,000 on the Zask, you know, basically like that's a lot of damage, you know, coming from pokes and stuff like that. And then MVP for the side of Izanagi Alpha is going to be that Bane. I think Bane did his best, except for the parts where he, you know, strolled into that bush. I think that was what like basically just gave the game away. And then Aizen on that choke. I feel like the Camilla should have been more impactful in the game. We didn't really see any cursed blood and things like that. Basically the odds just was not connecting as much as we were expecting it to connect. However, that's going to be the end of matches for today. Oasiss versus Otsutsuki ended in a 1-1. Otsutsuki taking the first game, and then Oasiss taking game 2. That's going to be 3 points apiece. But for this game, it's going to be Darkstars taking both games. It was a clean sweep. I think that should be 6 points for Darkstars and no point for Izanagi Alpha. I'm very sure, to be honest, with what Izanagi played, it's obvious that they just need to clean up a few things in the macro play. Micro maybe is kind of good enough. They just need to fix how they fight, target prioritization, and then stuff like that. However, I think they actually did really, really well. Good game from both teams. And thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like the stream. It's very, very important. It helps the channel, grows the visibility, and the turn up was there. So let us always turn up like this for the season 4 of the MLNL League. And then until the next match, which is going to be coming up, I'm not sure when the next match will be coming up, but it will be communicated to you guys. I think that should be on Tuesday. So until then, thank you so much, Vidas, Kaiser, John, Bolaji, Olalekon, Connie Black, Seller, everyone who joined the stream. Tata, it was really, really nice to have you here. Disciple, Sazu, Kaiser, Kyo, and everyone who joined the stream. Really nice to have you guys here. I remain Pixels. Thank you for joining us. Good night and peace out.